first-ranked Gators, couple of programs that thrived a year ago, and they go head-to-head today to kick off the season. Opening night, and what will they do?
And what they had to add was size, and so they did. Green, Reynolds, Okoye, all big to this game. Now, whether teams shoot well on the opening night, we'll find out.
First basket goes to Kobe Knox.
Florida's got to make sure they play off 2 feet when they get to the lane.
Yeah, their success last year was built on the rugged defense. Elijah Martin from 12. So drives baseline this time, only averaged about 8.5 a game last year. South Florida replacing its top 3 scorers from last season. Martin misfired. There's Stroud down with the board at a very fast pace a year ago. This is Will Richard.
Tough shot. Hand in his face, a little ball fake. You got an easy pass inside.
So the Gators now 0 of 4 from deep. There's Knox. They've got some good depth at that position according to their staff.
And I think the guy with the basketball, Reed's going to have a fantastic season. His quickness is tough.
Thomas Houck into the game for the first time. That's number 10 in the white. Again, part of that deep front court. That's a great cut by South Florida. The biggest challenge today against Florida, what is it?
You've got to make sure you rebound. Again, one of the keys to South Florida is their spacing. That sets the tone for this Gator squad.
This veteran has come in and made quite an impact. Oh, it's Condon. Sends Booter in Jacksonville. 3 to shoot. And Kaysen Jennings, who hit the latest basket for USF, had to put that one up. Stroud.
Okay, let's throw it out there. No, they can't.
Incredibly difficult, by the way, to do that.
Yeah, it is.
There's Condon on the baseline.
Gators, number 21.
Great call.
6, Jaden Reed throws it up for the first time from deep. Condon running the floor. Reed trying to get back. Condon with the hammer. And the another good defensive sequence here from South Florida. Houck has to force it with 1 on the timer.
I'll tell you what, this Bulls squad is quick defensively.
Condon, not much range in his freshman year from deep. Clayton with a strong drive.
Off the bounce again. You get beat off the bounce. 2
missions for this senior from Florida. 3 in the air, and that's down. Quincy Okoye.
Guys have a high energy, a little bit nervous. This guy's not now, though. Right offensively.
Trying to go to work on Green. Spun, goes up with the right. So Sam Alexis has his first basket as a Gator.
So the Bulls team will stretch you a little bit. They'll make you run and chase because they've got great athletes. They can backdoor, but they can also spot up.
They gelled, came together very quickly, go on to have this fabulous season.
It's college basketball, especially for mid-majors. If you've got
it out, and so Clayton may have to create with 6 seconds to go. Alexis sets the feed. That's down and out. Reynolds down with the board at 3.
Yeah, Williams is a junior college guy and was a terrific scorer. Averaged over 22 a game at junior college.
Yeah, bucket getter. So
we watched shoot around today. Their coaches are confident.
Well, they just forced another Florida turnover. Here goes Brown. Flush. The rookie.
And Florida having a tough time running and getting into things offensively.
Yeah, yes, they are. They have forced 4 turnovers. Count that basket, by the way. Found underneath the hoop. But yeah, John, a couple of those turnovers, it's led immediately to a transition opportunity for the Bulls. A 9-0 run for the South Florida Bulls, playing with incredible resolve, resilience. Richard answers. But not by too much.
Watch the spacing on the offensive end by the Bulls.
How about Reynolds?
All 5 guys can shoot it. Reynolds, because of his size, it's
go. Now Martin spots up. Can't hit. Condon another. Chinyelu got his hands on it first. It should be a jump ball. Condon lets out. Veteran. The South Florida and a lot of first and second year Bulls. And they look very connected, at least halfway through this cold from deep.
And here they come.
Jennings, transition, triple. Way off that time. Knox took a bump. He's gotten off to a fine start. But it has been South Florida's defense, the story in the first half. Great look there. Extra pass, corner 3. Okoye floor.
And what a good opening night matchup for both squads.
This one felt like it was going to be absolutely compelling. Clayton misfires. London, and boy, what is that? Tough, he's rugged, totally exceeded expectations a year ago, and led all rookies in the SEC in rebounding and blocks.
Challenge a guy that's probably quicker than you. You get beat off the dribble, no one behind it sees it.
Condon screen and roll, nicely done. He's into double figures.
We'll put it on the floor.
Welcome back to the floor. Jennings missed all of last year with that foot injury, and so he's got 5 points here in the first half. Martin off balance three.
You know what? Maybe they're playing with a piece about him. We watched them in practice today. There was no hesitation about. Florida's got to handle this last 5.5 minutes. Get some buckets, get some stops.
Right, tough, gritty player. They think he's going to take a big step forward.
You know, Ben Fletcher compared him to Terrell Burton, who's at Kennesaw State, who has had a fabulous career.
Yeah.
Crowd's kind of into it, not into it, much like any site. Little 1-3-1 trap defense. Got to get to Richard in a hurry. Bad shots, but if he's a consistent scorer, making shots outside, Florida's a dangerous squad.
Reed misfires. Richard Hauk smothered, knocks that time. Florida on a 7-0 run and on the move. Richard, yeah! This was going to be compelling and pretty tight ball game between these two throughout. Reynolds, boy, muscles by Alexis. So their season, Reynolds coming over from Cincinnati. He's going to take on a much larger role here. Alexis wants to go right back at him. He's going to go over the right shoulder this time. So that's the second time. A little Walker cut off. Difficult fall away. Bounces out. New 20.
Oh,
that was Williams.
Tough shot.
Production from a year ago. That's pretty significant. Hauk again, one of those returners. But we'll see if they have done so again this year.
And remember the need for the size inside, because Micah Handglatten, who will sit out this season.
2-point game, 26, kicks it back out. Richard, 3 to go. Richard from 18, the fall away, banks it in. So Will Richard, and they are ahead by 1 after the steal. Here comes Knox in transition. Jennings got the shot block. Clayton, first half. And Will Richard now with 14. Here's Reynolds, throws it down. It's now 4 boards for the starter, Knox. This is Stroud going right at Chinyelu. Get that out of here. Then Stroud lost it. He is Florida's playmaking, scoring alpha. Led him in scoring a year ago. Clayton to the rim. Williams goes by him, knocked away. Martin comes up with it. Martin to Richard. Richard got it, and the foul.
Just to you. Now teammates will be open.
17 for Richard. Florida, he's got a 4-point lead. Reynolds spins past Chinyelu. Count it. Rebound down to Stroud. Numbers here for the Bulls. Reed, bounce pass, a good look inside to Reynolds. Kick.
Elijah Martin.
Let's underscore it, this Bulls team with 9 newcomers. And that's a lot of new players in their first year of the program. Reynolds, yep, he's got position.
And they've really put a focal point at pounding it inside.
Reynolds barging right into Hauk. Little too
out of the play.
At the free throw line, Walter Clayton Jr., 2 shots.
Oh, so he's going to have to take a seat here for quite a while. And they're back in front by 1. Reynolds trying to use his size and physicality to his... We got all of them. That's a lot. 9 SEC teams in the top 25.
So are we going for 10 bids this year for the NCAA?
That's
strength. Probably his more mid-range game, though he can make 3 when he's open.
Alexis in the paint. Now he steps aside. Hauk left it short. Missed opportunity.
And they're good looks.
Yeah, they have been pushing the pace and getting into transition often tonight. Count it. Martin is going to the line for
6'5" defensively on Jaden Reed.
Foul inside.
Official.
Just make sure they're paying attention. First foul on Richard, and there's Williams. Rattles in the 3. Jimmy Way rises, and high off the glass he finishes.
Jimmy Williams.
Williams able to get to his feet. Aberdeen step back triple, knocks it down. That's an impressive shot. You know, we've seen some aggressive defense, but really fine shot making as well. High-level game to open up the year in Jacksonville.
Remember his performance in the semifinal against A&M in the SEC tournament, 20 points.
Yeah, vaulted him to the title game. There's a takeaway. Up ahead. What a lead! Leads it by 3. Early second half. 3 in the air. This side, great answer. Kobe Knox, who had it knocked.
Very little time to catch and release.
A wild pass, Clayton on the floor, and that's a foul on Green, and now Green and Clayton. Listen, I'm with you. You know, I love the competitive spirit here, and these are guys playing ball. Nothing really wrong there at all.
Walter averaged, he was 88% from the free throw line last year.
He's brilliant. Green spots up for 3. Oh, tease. Nearly too far for Alexis. Stretches out to grab it. Green defends him. Alexis again over the shoulder. That offensive skill.
Defensive end.
Richard passes up to 3. Good ball movement. Yep. 7 to shoot. Clayton attacks. Aggressive past his man. South Florida down 3. They had led for much of this game. Find themselves on the wrong end of the 63. Now 62 score. Reynolds
come in off the bench. Either side.
Yeah. Great depth. Green picked up that loose basketball. This is Green. Contested turnaround. That was a difficult.
And take ownership of what this game is now becoming.
He's got 17, plus he's made an array of impactful.
Whether off the bounce or looking for his own shot. And when they do that, then teammates are hands up, rebounds.
Elijah Martin.
A great athlete, high school quarterback.
He was undoubtedly just the prized piece of that.
Brown has been able to get by the Gators off the bounce.
Reynolds bumping into Chinyelu. Reynolds couldn't get the hook shot to go.
Play with anybody.
Yeah, they certainly seem like an upper echelon team in the league. Just how high will they finish in a very rugged for the remaining 7:34 of this opener.
And free throw shooting was not his strength at Washington State, but
3 in the air. South Florida needs it. They have gone cold on this end of the floor. Gators running. Richard goes up. Fouled by Reed.
Moving better with their feet, getting to the shooters, forcing turnovers. And then when you have speed and
here at the line, that ends the 4+ minute scoring drought. John Reynolds, Houck with the offensive board. Martin thinks better of the 3, goes up with the left, got it. Oh, Florida. Led by as many as 11 in that first half. They've got to get something going here on this end of the floor. How about Reynolds from deep? Jameel really transformed their 1-point lead. That was at the 12.5-minute mark to now down double digits. Clayton.
Our team can stop when we're struggling on the offensive end.
Right.
Who can get us a bucket?
Games. And that is something that has been really good for this group to play off of. He's an energy giver, very courageous, in control with 4:35 to go in the ball game. Season opener in Jacksonville. Aberdeen.
They have continued the second half, tried to pound it inside to Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds turns Chinyelu around. All right, here you go. Bulls trying to get it back to a single-digit deficit. Brown draws the foul, and so C.J. Brown.
But there's a lot of time left in this game.
There you go. So C.J. Brown, who's going to be the last time we saw him, he went for 33 in that tournament game against Colorado. It's a 25-point. Green turns, scores. 10-point game.
Richard, you got Martin. 3 great guards out front with the basketball. Clayton is dominated from the 10-minute mark when we talked about it.
So they'll be at or near the top of the American. You would think. Martin can't get it to go. Condon. Foul on Martin, so Jennings should head to the free throw line. 2:08 to go. It's a 15. Another.
Will Richard.
It's a 25-point game for Will Richard. Reed could not answer on the other end. Deontay Richard rises. That's way off. Shot clock violation. Well, we are lauding just the professional approach that so far in the preseason, this team has. Yep. back years.
They're picking kind of towards the bottom part of the league. The depth and how good the league's.
And so Florida getting close to 100 here. Jennings with a good-looking shot. South Florida still presses here. They start 1-0. They received a pretty fiery test.
From look at the film, coaches will find things they don't like, but one thing they find out, both teams are outstanding.